Didn't save any, Russell.
Okay, here we go. We're back here, and you can see now that we have our bolt out. We've loosened our other bolt. We have removed our lock collar so we can slide our bearing out. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our bar here. We're going to slide it in, and I'm going to try to video this with one hand and put the bar in with the other hand. You can see that the way I have the bar turned is to hook over top of my pulley, and then I'm going to pry down. And then I'm going to reach my hand back in here to my bolt and push that out. Now, in saying all this, one thing that I do want to point out, this is a lot more fun in the cool of the day than it is in the heat of the day. So be wise about this and make sure that you're not doing this when the engine is 200 degrees because the belt is slipping. So I'm going to go ahead and move my bar here. I'm going to put my phone down for just a second, and we'll show you once we get it put back in there. Okay, you can see here that now our bolt is in. So the next step that we're going to do is we're going to put Loctite here, Loctite on our set screw, and then we'll tighten everything down. Be back in just a moment. Okay, so now I have Loctite on everything. Now this is going to be the most important part here, is the sequence of tightening. I'm going to put my nut on here and get it to start. My bolt is just barely long enough, but that's the easiest way to do it. So I'm going to set this down for just a second. Okay, so at this point I have my bolts tight, my lock collar is still loose, and now the most important part is which way do I tighten my lock collar. So, bottom of my belt is going to the rear of the machine or towards the engine. Top of the belt is going towards the front of the machine or towards the cab. Okay, so that's going to make my pulley be turning. My pulley is going to turn that way. So I want to tighten my lock collar this way, so that the more my pulley turns, the tighter my lock collar gets. So I'm going to put it on there and start it on the eccentric. You can see the difference of the bearing there. I'm going to start it on there and put it on the eccentric. I'm going to tap it with a hammer a couple times. Ready? Okay, now that's tight. The last thing I'm going to do is go ahead and tighten up my Allen set screw. Okay, now we're going to look at our belt here and just see our difference. I don't know if you remember from the beginning of the video, but do you see how tight it is? No sag in that belt. Now we're doing our 95% of our tensioning with our fixed pulley. We can see that our fixed pulley is running flat. How can we tell that? We're looking between this flat point and that flat point on the top of the pulley. So we're looking up here and there at the top of the pulley, and you can see we are running level. So we know that we have our holes aligned correctly, inside and outside both. This is very important. So the last thing I got to do is just drop my air tensioning assembly down, put my air cylinder back in, set my pressure, and go back to work. Thank you guys.